Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.
Hello, I'm Lori Steiner. Welcome to Golden Opportunities.
Today, we have a top 10 list of wonderful winter workouts to keep you in shape while stuck indoors. Then, don't put all your eggs in one basket. We'll boast why 3 buckets are better for managing your money. We'll invite you to a celebration of breast cancer survivors. Plus, live it up. We'll help you love your life. And we'll offer answers to issues that arise if you're incapacitated.
It's time to get GOing, so pull up a chair and join us at our kitchen table for Golden Opportunities. Suffering from cabin fever, winter doldrums, the seasonal slump, we just might have the best medicine for all of these ailments. And Dr. Roy Buczynski has joined us in the UH broadcast studio to prescribe it. Dr. Buczynski practices internal medicine and is the Director of Wellness at University Hospitals. So welcome to our show.
Thank you.
So what is this miracle medicine?
I have a prescription for exercise. Winter is a time when many people are indoors and they forget to be active and to take care of themselves. And so today I'd like to discuss some forms of exercise that we can do.
Okay, so what types of exercise are you prescribing?
So there are 2 kinds of exercises. There's aerobic physical activity, and then there's what we call resistance or stretching.
Okay.
Now, aerobic physical activity is where you really get your heart rate up and you get your pulse and your breathing rate up and you supply lots of blood to the muscles. Likewise, resistance training is where you have more of a using weights or dumbbells for stretching, and that helps you to build up muscle and body mass.
So you need both.
Exactly. It's sort of one feeds off the other. You need 150 minutes of exercise with regards to aerobic, and you need about 15 minutes twice a week of resistance training.
Okay, so you've got some exercises that you're going to talk about for the winter months, correct?
I do. I have 10 winter workout
Dr. B's 10 wonderful winter workouts.
You got it.
All right.
So the first one is something called spinning. Spinning is cool. You could do it in a group. You could do it alone. No experience is necessary. The second one is swimming. You want to swim like a fish? Go to the rec center, go to the pool, swim out. It's wonderful for breathing and wonderful for relaxation. Now the third one is for something where you want to do a little bit of stretching and resistance training, where you can use either your own weight or some dumbbells or any kind of weight that requires you to stretch or to pull it.
Okay, so it sounds like you're using your body too to some degree, right? So what does that mean?
So things like squats or things like lunges or what we call wall sits, these are all kind of exercises where you're using your own body weight as resistance.
Alrighty. Now back to the list. We're what? We had 3 already, right? We're at number 4.
So let me say number 4 is dancing. You can either dance alone or you can dance with a partner for twice the fun. Then number 5 is a boot camp. Everybody thinks of a boot camp as being strenuous and too tough, but there are some where you can go and see what they do. It combines both aerobic as well as resistance training. But test it before you sign up to a class. Yoga. To me, Zen out is the best possible activity. It helps you relax, lowers your anxiety, lowers your stress levels, and it's a great aerobic activity as well.
Okay.
Moving along to number 7, Tai Chi. As we get older, we lose our balance. So Tai Chi is a wonderful way of combining slow motion and breathing and helps you with your balance to prevent falls.
Something like I would like, I think.
It sounds great. Number 8, shoot some hoops, either basketball or indoor soccer or run around. Number 9, jump on a treadmill or go on an elliptical or a rowing machine. Even though it's not outside, it's still fun. And number 10, and my favorite, table tennis.
That doesn't sound aerobic to me.
Table tennis, if it's played one-on-one, can be aerobic. It's great for hand-eye coordination. It's great for your joints. It's good for flexibility. I ask you to try it.
All right, I got to get myself a ping pong table.
You go.
All right. So here's your prescription. Aerobic exercise and resistance training. Your dosage, 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. And here are possible side effects: getting fit, losing weight, improving your health, and feeling fine. My thanks to Dr. Buczynski for making this medicine easy to swallow.
Thank you.
For more information, call University Hospitals at 1-844-312-LIFE. That's 5433. Or log on to www.uhhospitals.org. Next, putting money management on your bucket list. But first, the Bank of America was founded right here in the good old US of A. So you may be surprised to learn it first called itself by another country. Do you know the original name for this banking business? We'll pay out with the answer when we return.
Hilltop Village Apartments is retirement living at its best. Residents enjoy a wide variety of activities and living services with all large first-floor apartments, private screened-in patios with beautiful park views, daily dining room meals, free laundry facilities, 24-hour staff, and so much more. Enjoy safe, comfortable independence at a very affordable price. Call today for a tour and learn how you can get your first month's rent free. Hilltop Village Apartments, retirement living at its best.
If you put your money on the country of Italy as the original namesake of the Bank of America, your investment paid off. Back in 1904 in San Francisco, Amadio Giannini established the Bank of Italy to serve the swell of immigrants in the area. It wasn't until a merger in 1930 that the business became known as the Bank of America National Trust and Savings Association.
Today we have a battle of one basket versus 3 buckets. Which approach will optimize your investments? Jim Lineweaver is here to fill in the answer. Jim is a certified financial planner professional with the Lineweaver Financial Group. So welcome back to the show.
Hi, good to see you again.
Okay, so let me guess first, okay? Because I know you pretty well these days already.
Right.
So one basket has got to be bad, and the 3 buckets have to be better because that represents diversification in your portfolio.
You're catching on quick.
Yes.
That's great. Yes, you're exactly right. What ends up happening, the old saying that, you know, too many eggs in one basket is not appropriate, especially when it comes to investing. So what you really want to do is try to make sure that you have a systematic way of organizing all your cash and your stocks and your bonds and your money markets and your IRAs and 401ks and all these type of things. So this simple bucket approach is what we utilize because it really simplifies everything for our clients.
Okay, well let's go bucket by bucket. So first, what's in bucket number 1?
Okay, bucket number 1. Well, this is a shorter term bucket. This is where you're going to have cash and savings and a checking account, money market accounts, things along that nature. It's going to be a time frame of maybe the next 2 years. And this is where if you need cash or your hot water tank goes or anything like that takes place, you're going to have to try to, you know, dip into that savings and hopefully not have to put it on credit cards. Or if you do, kind of quick an emergency, put it on a credit card, but you're going to be able to pay it off in cash and not pay those high interest rates.
Yeah, those also for high interest rates.
Yeah, and also for people, you know, back in like the 08-09 crash, if they didn't need to dip into their portfolio when it dropped 30 or 50%, they could rely on the cash, get through a couple of years, wait till some things come back up to then replenish that bucket number 1. But you have to have a good amount of emergency reserves.
Okay, so I get it. So bucket 1 is your cash reserve, money you can put your hands on easily if you get laid off or you've got an emergency, something like that.
Exactly.
So what's in bucket number 2?
Okay, this is where we're going to push the envelope out a little bit longer in our duration, so maybe 3 to 7 years, like a midterm bucket, if you will. This is where we're going to have some things like maybe some CDs. So if you tapped into it too early, you'd get a penalty, but you can wait that 3 to 5 years or so. Also maybe stocks, bonds, mutual funds. Maybe some of the things when you say a stock, boy, if that's down, you know, I've got to push that out to a longer time horizon. But maybe if it's something that pays a dividend, it's something that could provide a little bit of additional cash flow for you. You wouldn't have to be forced into a sale or things along that nature. Also mutual funds, they'll distribute dividend and capital gains at the end of a year. You could have that paid maybe to your money market account or cash on a replenishing type of system. So it's a situation where, yes, we can get a little more growth out of this. We don't have to be so conservative, but we can also rely on it if we had to.
Okay, so kind of a little bit longer time frame, not real long, but a little bit of investment growth. So how about bucket number 3?
This is going to be the rest of your life bucket. So we're looking at maybe 8 years or longer. I know people don't even buy, green bananas anymore, but needless to say, you got to be able to push this out a little bit. You might be taking on a little more risk. You might look at a little more growth. This could be your IRAs, Roth IRAs, 401ks, things you might not dip into until retirement, or things that you want to pass on as a legacy to the next generation. So it's very important to make sure not only what you're putting in each bucket, but also how you understand the tax ramifications and things along that nature.
Okay, so we got the 3 buckets put into financial terms now.
Yeah, so this is where all 3 can be well coordinated. So let's say you are hitting 70 and a half like some of your viewers are, or they're older, and they have to take required minimum distributions. So as that bucket number 1 may go down for traveling and different things along that nature, well, your required minimum distributions from bucket number 3 might be able to spill over into number 2 and take some other dividends off that to refill bucket number 1. So come up with your budget, come up with the bucket list of things you want to get accomplished, and then make sure you have a good game plan and use this bucket system to make sure that you never have any worries with your money.
All right, sounds like great advice. As Jim has shown, 3 buckets are better than 1 basket. And a 3-pronged approach to your portfolio means you'll have access to your money when you need it, now, in the next few years, and years from now when you're well into retirement. Does your money need a bucket boost? Jim can help. Give him a call, and the number's next.
For more information, call the Lineweaver Financial Group at 1-888-313-4009 or click to www.lineweaver.net. Next, Survivors with Attitude. Looking for places to go, things to do? Welcome to our community calendar. Put yourself in the driver's seat at the Cleveland Auto Show, going on now through March 5th at the IX Center. See the cars of the future, enjoy entertainment and celebrity appearances, and just maybe find your own sweet ride. To learn more, call 440-746-1500 or park yourself at this website, www.clevelandautoshow.com.
You may think of October when it comes to breast cancer awareness, but this disease needs attention at all times, and Medical Mutual of Ohio is focusing its efforts on raising awareness in the spring this year. Deborah Green is here to tell us why. Deborah is the Vice President of Social Responsibility and Chief Diversity Officer at Medical Mutual, and a breast cancer survivor herself. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you and Medical Mutual have been committed to this event and this mission for many years, 22 to be exact, right?
Exactly. Yeah, 22 years ago is when I was diagnosed, and it started as a small support group in my office. It grew to our executive dining room where we have survivors and their partners come and just celebrate with our president. Then it just kept growing and growing and growing, and we took it out into the community, which it was in Cleveland at first, but now it's in Cleveland, Columbus, and Toledo.
Boy, it's spreading out across the whole state of Ohio.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so what about this year's theme?
Well, you know, April is Minority Health Month, and you know, for years we've been doing it, and we found and we started tracking who attends, what are some of the issues, and sadly, Ohio rates 34th in the nation for the disease. And African American women tend to die more often from the disease. So we started looking at, you know, how can we help raise awareness more? So we decided, why don't we pick April?
Instead of in the fall, because it used to be in the fall, right?
It's saturated with breast cancer awareness events, and that's good. But we really want to try to help women by providing more information, perhaps directing them to access for mammograms, early detection, which is why we decided to change this year.
So when is it going to be in this year?
It's April 1st at Landerhaven from 10 until 2. People can register by going to medmutual.com/BC events.
Okay, is there a deadline for reservations?
St. Patrick's Day.
Well, that's an easy way to remember it.
March 17th.
Pink and green.
Right, that's the deadline for registration.
Okay, so I think there's a good reason, it sounds like, to move it to the spring, and why not get the word out all the time? The event you call Attitude, right? And there's a reason for that.
Yes, it is. I mean, Attitude, I think that for women a lot, especially when you lose your hair. I mean, hair is your crowning glory. They wear hats to cover their baldness, but then also women wear hats because it is an attitude. And we do a hat promenade. We have a contest. We give prizes to the best hats, and it's just a lot of fun. It's really an evening or an afternoon of just celebration, nurturing, and educating, which is our theme this year, Celebrate and Educate.
Okay, so this is the survivors, and it's the caregivers, and it's the community, and it's everybody. So.
Right. And also we want men to come. You know, and at some of our events, the guys have actually participated in the hat promenade. So we don't discriminate from that, because of course men do get breast cancer as well.
Sure, right. And you're asking attendees to pay it forward also, partnering with another group?
Right, yeah, each year we decided that we're doing this, but how can we stretch what we're doing? So this year we're going to partner with the Cleveland Rape Crisis Center, where we're asking all attendees to bring journals, pencils, markers to help support their art therapy program there.
Okay, art therapy is really important.
Yes.
And also I want to note that there's an award given each year to somebody or a group of somebody at the various locations who's raising breast cancer awareness. And the name of that award is very familiar to us. It's the Deborah A. Green Community Service Award, and Medical Mutual named it in your honor. So.
Right, yeah, and you know, I feel uncomfortable even talking about it, but I was very humbled by that, and it was never about me. It was always about how can I help, how can I take a tragedy for me to turn it into something positive, and to have an award in my honor, it just ensures that my legacy will live on beyond me, and it's just really to help women to realize that breast cancer is not a death sentence, which is all where it started. I wanted to inspire other women to have hope.
Yeah, and these days it's more and more curable.
Right, exactly.
All right, well, good luck with your event this year.
Thank you, Lori.
If you're battling breast cancer, are a survivor, support those with the disease, or work to make others aware of it, this free brunch is to honor you. So register to attend right away. Remember, St. Patrick's Day. My thanks to Medical Mutual for over 20 years of commitment to this effort, and to Deborah Green for her personal and professional work in this area.
Thank you.
Learn more about Medical Mutual of Ohio by calling 1-844-606-5387 or by visiting www.medmutual.com/go. Up next, Life Changing. It's time to get up and go, an exercise segment on golden opportunities.
Hello everybody, I'm Mike Carbon from Breakout Fitness, and we are here today to show you how to do a kneeling Superman. This is an excellent exercise, Lori, that's not only going to work the core, but also the lower back. You ready to go?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. All right, we're going to start this exercise on all fours. Here in the studio today, we have our exercise mats. You at home, go ahead and grab a spot on the floor. We're going to start with our hands about shoulder width apart. We also want our knees the same. Looking good. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to start with our right arm straight out in front, and we're simply going to try to get our left leg straight out behind us in the back here, okay? We're going to hold that for a 3 count, keep your balance, and then we're going to go ahead and we'll switch sides.
Oh, okay.
So left arm straight out, right leg out, and we're going to hold it again for a 3 count. Okay, we're looking for 12 to 15 repetitions. How you feeling?
Oh, out of balance.
You got it, keep your balance. All right, everybody, 12 to 15 repetitions, 2 to 3 times a week, and now it's your turn to get up and go. There you go, perfect, all right.
For your copy of the exercise booklet, send $1 for postage to Golden Opportunities, 6105 Parkland Boulevard, Suite 140, Mayfield Heights, Ohio, 44124.
We all dreamed big dreams when we were younger, but what about now? Is there an age limit to dreaming, or can dreams really come true no matter how old you are? Dawn Molina is here to tell us that there are no deadlines on dreams and that it's never too late to dream big. Dawn is a professional counselor and motivational speaker. So welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Dreams always seem to be impossible, you know, so how do we turn that around and make it really possible for us?
You know, I think that it's so important that we share our dreams, and we always do it when we're young, but as we get older, people don't really think about that, you know, it's still my time and I can still shine and do whatever it is that I've always wanted to do. And recently I got to work with some elderly people at Menora Park, and I got to share that with them and how to make that happen.
So what are some of the statistics about thinking and how to think about your dreams?
Well, you know, one of the things that we have to remember is every day when we get up that our life is our mindset. What we think about every day kind of becomes our truth. And so one of the areas that I really focus on is teaching people how to keep their mindset positive and to find that focus in their life. And so there is actually a study where we know that we think about 60,000 thoughts a day on average. And out of those 60,000 thoughts, only about 2,400 are positive.
Oh, that's not so good.
No, it's not. And we, and people always stop and say, I don't know if that's true. But when you really think about what's going on inside your head, a lot of it is negative. And so we don't really push ourselves. So every day your thoughts kind of become your truth in your direction. And that's what starts to show up in your life. So part of making those dreams or wanting to reach for them starts with that.
Okay. It sounds difficult to do, though. Do you have any tips?
Every day is kind of a fake it till you make it. If you're not being positive, you're not feeling that way, count your blessings in the morning, do a gratitude journal, get your mind right, and start to focus into a positive direction. There was a woman named Ellen Langer. She worked for Harvard, and she did a study. And what she showed was that aging really was a mindset. This was something that she wanted to prove by having people pretend that it was 1959 again. And she had a group of people not actually just reminisce, but actually go back in their mind and not think of anything that had happened between there and 1979. And they did their vital signs. They actually went and did their blood pressure, and they looked at cholesterol levels. And for 1 week, they pretended it was 1959 again. And at the end of the week, their vital signs had changed. They had actually regressed in their age. Oh boy. She replicated the study in 2009 and did it again. One group reminisced that it was 1959, and the other one actually pretended that it was 59, and both actually benefited, but the one who kind of actually went back and pretended actually aged backwards the most.
Oh, that's amazing.
Age really is a mindset.
Wow. So you've got some samples of people who dare to dream late in life and their dreams came true.
Yes, so at Menorah Park there is a dream. It's called Dare to Dream Every, I messed that up.
It is, what is that? Dare to reach every amazing
moment. Yes, I always mess it up. So you have these people who are in their 80s and their 90s and who have begun to think that, that dream isn't possible for them any longer. There was one lady who wanted to ride on a motorcycle, and the mayor of Beechwood gave her a ride on his Harley. Another wonderful woman in her early 90s got her first helicopter ride. We had one woman who got a phone call from Steven Tyler from Aerosmith, and he sang to her on the phone.
I would like that.
There was another young man, Artie, who is in his early 90s, who published his first poetry book. And so it was just so exciting to see something that they had wanted to do from the time they were very young. And those dreams finally came true, even though it wasn't until their 80s or their 90s.
Wow. So this is the Dream Program at Menorah Park, DREAM, and as you said, that stands for Dare to Reach Every Amazing Moment.
Yes.
So who at Menorah Park helps out with this program?
There's a dream team actually that was put together, and Sherry is one of the people who actually heads up the dream team, and she actually is working on 100 different dreams right now.
Oh boy.
Trying to make them come true. There was a group that went to Israel, and I know when I was there were a few people who said they would really like to do that again, so they're working on that. We just want to encourage them, no matter what their dream is, share that dream, and they're going to do everything they can to make them come true.
That sounds so great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Dare to dream and share your dream. Need help? Follow Dawn's suggestions or get in touch with her by calling 216-224-4162. And for more information about Menorah Park's Dream Program, use the information that's coming up next. My thanks to Dawn for showing us that we can still dream on.
Yeah. That was good.
Find out more about the Dreams program by calling Menorah Park at 216-831-6500 or click to www.menorahpark.org. Next, 3 documents you need to get done.
Right now, proton therapy, a revolutionary treatment for many types of cancer, is available for the first time in Ohio and only at University Hospital's Seidman Cancer Center. That's the future of cancer care. That's UH Seidman Cancer Center. Right now, the trusted experts of University Hospital's Seidman Cancer Center and the most advanced cancer-fighting technologies are in 17 community locations. That's leading-edge care where you're most comfortable. That's UH Seidman Cancer Center.
What would happen to your family and financial affairs if you suddenly became incapacitated? If you don't know the answer, you could be subjecting your family to the unnecessary heartache, complications, and expense of a guardianship. My law partner, Mike Solomon, is here to explain.
Hello, Lori.
So, before we discuss why we want to avoid a guardianship, exactly what does a guardianship mean?
Okay, let me use an example. Let's say you have a gentleman, Mr. Green. He's 67 years old, a widow, widower, excuse me, he suffers a stroke. He's physically unable to handle his affairs, and his mental capacity maybe has been diminished. And he's done nothing during his life to protect, to do any planning. And his assets are all in his name. So his son, maybe even out of town, comes into town, tries to help out, takes him to the doctors, and maybe looks for a nursing home to help him when he recovers. And he'll find out very soon that he can't talk to the doctors. Doctors can't talk to him for privacy reasons. So he can't find out what's going on. And then when he goes to a facility to try to arrange a place for his father to go, he'll find out the facility is a little reluctant to talk to him. Bills are coming in all the time. He can't pay the bills because he doesn't have any authority to do that. Money may be coming in, maybe checks. He can't deposit those. So a lot of things happen. So eventually what's going to happen, he's going to have to get a guardianship appointed. It means he's got to go to an attorney, pay for that, file a bunch of paperwork, possibly gather together as much information as possible about what his dad has, and he may have no knowledge of that at all, so it's a lot of work to do all that together to get to be appointed the guardian.
And then, not only that, you got to account to the court for everything and ask their permission for everything. It sounds like an overall a terrible nightmare. So what do we do to avoid all that?
It's really easy. There are 3 basic documents, and we've talked about it on the show before: a financial power of attorney, healthcare power, and a living will. Financial power of attorney, you can write checks, pay bills, handle your parents' IRAs or whatever investments they may have. Healthcare power, you can talk to the doctor, you can make the medical decisions. And a living will, of course, is more of an end-of-life instruction. That
allows you to just kind of step in and not have to go to court and go through the nightmares.
You don't have to have all those legal fees, don't have to do all the every 2-year filings to the probate court.
All right. As you can see, a great deal of time, frustration, and money can be saved by your family if you simply have these few simple estate planning documents in place. So take a moment now to think about the question we asked at the beginning of our discussion. See if you know the answer. If not, it's time you take some steps to protect yourself and your family. For more information, look for the Aging Answers supplement to Northeast Ohio Parent Magazine, available everywhere for free. Or for help, call Mike. The number's next.
Call Solomon, Steiner, and Peck at 1-888-236-5173 for more information or to schedule a speaker for your organization. Or log on to www.ssnplaw.com.
And thanks for joining us today, and join us again next week. But until then, please remember to make the most of your golden opportunities.
If you'd like to join our kitchen conversation, visit our website, www.goldenopportunities.tv. Like us on Facebook. Call us at 440-742-GO-TV or email us at kitchen@goldenopportunities.tv. We'd love to hear from you.
Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.